Hey, greetings travelers, and welcome back to Traveling Guru. I'm your host, Dennis Foutz, and this week we have the privilege of having Dianne Pierson from Viking Ocean and River Cruise Line to talk about 2018 insider knowledge. I'm glad she's here. I guarantee you're glad you're here, and we're going to talk about the top 5 reasons why you need to get with Viking in 2018 and 19. Let's go. Travelers, and welcome to this week's edition of Traveling Guru. I'm privileged this week to have my guest, Dianne Pierson from Viking Cruises, Viking Ocean, and I just want to turn over her, introduce herself, and talk about how great Viking is. Please.
Well, hi there, everybody. How are you today? Yes, Viking Ocean Cruises was launched in May of 2015, and in 2016, remarkably, we're named the #1 ocean cruise line in the industry by the readers of Travel and Leisure magazine. And then we were awarded that same accolade 1 year later in 2017. So 2 years in operation, 2 years in a row, the #1 rated cruise line in the industry. And our great program called the Viking Way, which comes under our culture curriculum program, where we really try to introduce your customers to what is best about the destination where they're traveling. So they may have a chance to go on a home-hosted visit in St. Petersburg, Russia, or they may have a chance to go to visit a castle in the hillside of Tuscany and learn how to make pasta, or they can go and see an amazing cathedral called San Nicholas in Valencia. It's called the Sistine Chapel of Spain. So all of these very carefully curated experiences fall under the heading of the Viking Way. And it's really important for us at Viking, because we're destination focused, to deliver the most carefully curated, again, those 2 words, experience of the destination that we can possibly do.
Number 4, I really like is that highly inclusive, because I like highly inclusive because as you're listening to this, you know, Viking's not for everybody, and you say that out loud. And I tell you what, it's that upfront stuff that travelers, my travelers, need on that insider experience. So really talking about that highly inclusive, you kind of touched on it with the drinks, and but really the excursion, you know, and the dining venues. Could you spend a few moments talking about that from your perspective?
Yeah, Viking Oceans is very different because we don't believe in nickel and diming our customers to death at all. And so there's very little that you can spend money for once you get on board our vessel, which is quite different than our larger competitors out there in the industry. So any of the specialty restaurants that you visit on board our vessels are included. And Manfredi's Italian Grill has been acclaimed as one of the best specialty restaurants on any of the ocean vessels in the industry. We don't charge for beer and wine with lunch and dinner. We don't charge for you to go into the spa area and enjoy what I call the adult slip and slide, the hydrotherapy area.
Yeah.
We don't charge for coffee drinks, hot tea, hot chocolate.
That's right.
So it's a very inclusive. Plus, all of the port fees and taxes are included in the price. So we believe in one honest price up front, and then not nickel and diming you when you get on board.
And I think that that's something for everybody that's taken a Viking river cruise. And if you haven't taken a river cruise, you know, Viking is able to transport a lot of everything Diane is talking about right now. It's whether you're talking about the river experience or the ocean experience. Wow, that is something that when you talk about ocean, and you know, that luxury and that exclusivity of river, it just moves seamlessly, and that's what I really love about Viking River. And then going ocean, there's nobody else out there that says river/ocean. And like Viking, that is what Viking, and I love that.
We started Viking Oceans because our Viking River passengers asked us to, because they love the Viking way of doing things. But they've sailed with us so many times on the river. So they said there are places we'd like to go that are still ocean cruise experiences, but we don't want to be on those big ships anymore. We want to be on a smaller, more intimate ship.
So take it now from number 4 to number 3. And now I want to just, before anybody gets all crazy, is to say that number 3, I'm going to say it's the adult-only experience. Now, people that know me know that I have a 2-year-old. So let's, you know, I love the Royal Caribbean experience. You know, I'll do the Dr. Seuss movements and the Disney and stuff. But I can tell you, I want adult only. Can you talk about the adult only experience for not just Viking River, but also a few minutes talk about Viking Ocean?
Well, we know that our customers are people that are looking for that destination experience. They don't necessarily want the experience of all the bells and whistles that are on, say, Royal Caribbean. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just not who we are. I have 3 kids of my own. They're grown and gone. At this stage of my life, I don't want to be around other people's kids. So I've done all of that, where, you know, Disney and Royal Caribbean and all of that. But now I'm looking personally, and our customers are the same way, looking for an experience that's a little more, it's not sedentary, because we're very active at Viking and we have many very active experiences. But when you're on board the vessel, more serene. So you won't have loud announcements over the loudspeaker. There's no casino. So if you need a casino, we're not the cruise line for you. If you're looking for a serene onboard environment that is a beautiful floating hotel that's going to take you from one great destination to the next, that's Viking. With lots of glass everywhere on board the vessels, so the destination is always in view. The destination is the focus for us.
And then that moves to number 2, the destination-focused dining. But wow. Destination dining food. Could you take a few minutes and I know it. Let's share it with them.
So we focus on the foods of the regions where you're traveling in the world. So if you're sailing with us in the Baltic, say you have an overnight in St. Petersburg, Russia, you can be sure there's going to be caviar on the menu. There will probably be borscht and any kind of wonderful vodkas that you would try and experience up in that part of the world. If you're sailing with us in the Mediterranean, of course, there's going to be lots of pasta and beautiful Italian foods. We have our Italian restaurant on board. So we do try to have the menu reflect where we're traveling in the world. If we're in the Caribbean, you know, there might be red snapper on the menu, and if we're sailing in Alaska, you're definitely going to see salmon. So our dining is always very fresh. The food is very fresh. It's locally sourced. We have great chefs on board, and award-winning dining in our main restaurant, which is called the restaurant, not the dining hall. And so if you're a picky eater, though, don't worry. You're not going to have to eat borscht if you're going up into the Baltics. We always can accommodate any special dietary requirements, and we always have kind of the more plain American fare. People just want a steak and potatoes. So yeah, it's a lot of fun to try new foods that are of the destination where you're traveling, and it helps round out the whole experience.
Yeah, and what's so nice is that I'm able to work with Diane at Viking. You know, number 5, being careful and curated. 4, highly inclusive. Number 3, adult only. Number 2, destination focused. But again, ocean and river, and that's just so easy to just move back and forth. And my clients that are like want to move back and forth, that's awesome. And for everyone that's out there, we're talking about Viking Ocean, 930 passengers or so. Imagine this, all balcony.
All balcony.
Wow, please talk about those cabins. And
our stateroom experience is quite lovely because they're very beautiful. Well, the bedding is custom made, and so number 1, you just will sink into the bed and your head on the pillow at night and have a fabulous night's sleep. The smallest stateroom on Viking Ocean vessels is 270 generous square feet, and every single one of the staterooms has its own private veranda.
Yeah, by the way, this is, when I was younger, I would say this was my first apartment. So
yes, 270 square feet.
But much better quality because heated tiles in the bathrooms.
And glass enclosed walk-in showers.
Yeah.
So if your customers have been on some of the other ocean experiences that we have out there in the world, they might be familiar with that shower that's kind of like a tube of plastic. Well, these showers on our vessels are all beautiful hotel-style, glass-enclosed walk-in showers.
Yeah.
And when you step out of that shower, you're going to put your toes on the nicest heated tile. Plenty of storage. You can unpack everything, put it all away, stuff the luggage underneath the bed, and just not even take it out for the entire journey that you're traveling with us. We have bottled water in every single one of the staterooms. It's complimentary, so you'll never be thirsty or dehydrated. Every stateroom has its own little refrigerator, and depending upon the category that you choose, you may even have free alcohol in your stateroom refrigerator. So, you know.
So heated tiles, maybe some alcohol, but it's always free booze. Adults, again, I want to talk about like Who are you not looking? So it's like the no. No, you don't pay for your own laundry. No, you don't pay for Wi-Fi. No, no, you don't have to get toiletries. All this stuff is there for you. Again, that personal attention. That is what Viking's trademark is. This isn't my words. This is Yahoo's Travels words. And what a great way to just, I'd love to say it, but someone said it before me.
Readers of Cruise Critic, Berlitz, Condé Nast, you name it,
yeah.
They've all rated it. They've all rated Viking Ocean's #1. We're at the top of the leaderboard in ocean cruising, and we're pretty proud of that.
So I want to thank Diane from Viking, spending the lunch with me, sharing me with the 18 and 19, and for you who are listening, if you're ready, if you sailed those Vikings, if you moved over and you've been on the Silver Sea in the region, or you're taking those suites in Princess and you want to try a different flavor without the casinos, without the art auctions, but not having to pay for Wi-Fi, this highly inclusive manner. I tell you what, you need to call me. You need to get onto Viking, whether it be the romantic Rhine or the Mediterranean or the Caribbean.
There you go.
And so I just want to thank you, Diane, for your time.
Thank you.
And Dennis Foutz with Traveling Guru, and I'll see you on the ocean. All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.